DePaul shuts down the encampment on the Lincoln Park Quad. Those details and more next on Good Day DePaul. After 17 straight days of occupying the quad on DePaul's Lincoln Park campus, at approximately 5:35 a.m. Thursday morning, May 16th, the DePaul office of the president sent an email saying the encampment was being closed down. It was the last remaining encampment at a Chicago university. The decision to remove the encampment came just days after DePaul President Robert Manuel said negotiations with the pro-Palestinian protesters had reached an impasse. Manuel said the encampment was being closed due to an ever-growing series of threats and other issues. Manuel said these included over 625 registered complaints from neighbors and community members, and over 425 registered complaints from students, faculty, staff, and parents. Manuel said, quote, "The situation had steadily escalated with physical altercations, credible threats of violence from people not associated with our community, an inability for other members of our community to take part in the core academic experiences on our campus, and an ever-growing series of threats to the people involved in the encampment and our community." Manuel also said, quote, "We are aware of a death threat against a student and reports of individuals threatening to slit the throats of people they perceive to be Jewish or in support of the Jewish state. We are also aware that there was a bounty put out to identify certain members of the encampment." Manuel went on to say, quote, "We have had instances of fireworks being lobbed into the encampment." He also said individuals from the encampment had started to place locks on the buildings adjacent to the quad and barricaded key entrances and exit points. He said, quote, "We had no choice but to act before we lost the ability to provide for the safety of the Jewish members of our community, to protect those in the encampment, to preserve the right of all other students, and to maintain university operations. But members of the encampment insisted that it was peaceful." Simran Baines, an encampment representative, shared her thoughts.
From day one, our priority has always been, one, standing in solidarity with the people of Palestine, which we will continue to do until Palestine is liberated. And then two, making sure the people who have been putting their careers, their academic futures, and their bodies on the line for this encampment are okay, and we're doing everything we can to help them recuperate physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez was also critical of the university's decision.
Today, we have a responsibility to listen to the students who are rightly upset, frustrated, and angry.
Officer John Hine, Chicago Police Department Chief of Patrol, spoke after the removal of the encampment.
As the approach occurred, voluntary compliance, all individuals who were inside the encampment voluntarily left, no confrontations, there were no resistance. 2 arrests were made outside of the encampment for obstruction of traffic. A male and a female subject were placed in custody. A 21 and 25-year-old, they were taken to the 18th District, where they'll be processed and released.
On May 15th, just a day before the encampment was removed from the quad, a group of students participated in a walkout sponsored by the DePaul Divestment Coalition. Some of the students left their classrooms and made their way towards the quad to show their support for Palestine, the encampment, and the DePaul Divestment Coalition. Ther Al-Kiswani, who says he was there at the time of the encampment's removal, shared his experience of being removed by the Chicago Police Department.
As I was making pleads for the art, they were actively pushing me, shoving me, and aggressive. And I wasn't doing anything, no hands up, no anything. We realized that unfortunately DePaul chose violence against its students and its children and its community.
As crews cleared the encampment, the quad was closed off to students and community members. The 17-day encampment was now over. Reporting from the quad on the Lincoln Park campus, I'm Lena Gebhardt.
Even though the encampment has now been closed, those who were there remember the support they received from many different people and groups. Most of this support was online, with people expressing their solidarity with the students camping out, offering comments like these. "You're not alone in this struggle. Your struggle is our struggle, and we all stand in solidarity. We are behind our future leaders of humanity." Alumni here, standing in solidarity with our students and faculty. Your neighbors support you. Hold the line. Others showed how proud they were for those who chose to speak out. Not a proud DePaul alum today, but I am so proud of each and every one of you out there making a difference. Proud of the students and community supporters. Free Palestine, end the genocide. DePaul, shame on you. Be as safe as you can, friends. So proud of you. We, the community, love you. Words of encouragement to keep going forward also filled the comment sections. Proud alum of the students, not the college here. Stay strong. Let those beautiful voices be heard. I'm so proud of all the current students of DePaul, and not surprised this is DePaul's reaction to the work you've put in over the past few weeks. Be strong and be loud. Please, please don't take your tents down until you achieve immediate divestment. Wishing you all safety and comfort. Never stop fighting for peace. The protesters not only received support on social media, but in person as well.
And you have faculty members and who are like canceling their class to have it on the quad instead, and you have like students who aren't really a part of an org, but are here just generally supporting this encampment and putting their academic career at risk as well.
DePaul students were not the only ones coming out to support the encampment, but students from surrounding campuses as well.
We have students who are here from like Northwestern, Loyola, a lot of the Chicago schools are here right now like in support of this, and they don't even go here. So for them doing that and putting their organization at risk, it means a lot.
And now, even though the encampment has officially been taken down, the protesters and supporters still carry their message strong. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Michaela Wilson.
This is Hannah Lopez. 3 days before DePaul shut down the encampment, the school canceled Fest, the university's big spring concert scheduled for May 17th on the quad. In canceling Fest, the DePaul Activities Board said, quote, "Given the current campus environment, Fest 2024 cannot proceed as planned. We will refund all student and guest tickets in full to those who have already purchased tickets." A student whose identity we are concealing due to concerns about possible harassment said she expressed her unhappiness on Instagram about Fest being canceled.
I definitely was shocked. I had just said I was excited about the lineup, so I was sad the event was canceled. And a lot of the comments, like addressing my comments, were like making fun of the fact that I was upset or like belittling it. And I was just kind of confused because I feel like regardless of people's involvement with the encampment, if they're in support, if they're not, if they're taking action with them or not, people from like every perspective can still be upset about Fest.
Some were shocked that Fest was being canceled. We are also concealing their identity.
As we were talking about it, I got the email about Fest being canceled, and I was like, no way. So I went on the Instagram and like they had everything up there. And I was like, dang, like I really did not think it was going to get canceled. I thought like rescheduled or moved to a different spot or something. So when it was canceled, I definitely was sad because I was looking forward to it. And then my friends coming to visit to go to Fest.
A spokesperson for the protesters felt the cancellation of Fest did not compare to the suffering of people in Gaza.
My own opinions and opinions of the coalition, most people that I've talked to about this are how unfortunate for you that your graduation celebration was canceled. But unfortunately, there is no graduating class of 2024 in Palestine right now because there are no more functioning universities.
An official in DePaul's media relations department said they hope other activities will hopefully still be held. She said, quote, "We have heard from a number of students, particularly the class of 2024 whose high school graduations and first year of college were disrupted by the pandemic, that they are still seeking to have traditional student activities as they end the academic year. Our goal is to honor these students' wishes however we can." The representative of protesters said the university was using the cancellation of Fest to further condemn those at the encampments.
I think what has come to light in the hours after that the university announced that Fest was canceled was that they're trying to use this as another way to further vilify the encampment and to further place the connotation that we are disrupting and that we are ruining the daily habits of this campus. But it's come out that the university had plans for rain and they had plans to move Fest inside. So I think the campaign going around that we're ruining some seniors graduating like final hoorah at the campus is just another way that the university has tried to shed bad light on our encampment.
Some students were in favor of DePaul canceling Fest.
I also think that Fest is loud and kind of annoying, and last year the person who was supposed to come on came on like 2 hours late, And I feel like, people have the right to protest. Maybe it's not necessarily legal what they're doing, but I think if you have a cause and you believe in it, I'm always going to support that. And I think DePaul's response has been very lacking. They're making nobody happy. They're just going as middle of the road as possible, which doesn't help anybody.
Other students also believe the canceling of Fest was the right decision.
I feel like if Fest was still being held at the Quad, unfortunately no one would probably go to Fest out of protest, so I don't think it would have worked for anyone.
For Good Day DePaul, I'm Hannah Lopez.
Next on Good Day DePaul Sports, the DePaul softball coach is fired.
And a big showing for some DePaul track and field athletes. Stay with us.
There are a ton of social networking websites, but one stands apart for a very special reason. This one saves lives. It's MatchingDonors.com. MatchingDonors.com links living organ donors with people in need of kidney and other transplants. In the United States, 22 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant, most of them for kidneys. If you've ever considered becoming a living organ donor, or if you are someone in need of an organ transplant, visit MatchingDonors.com, home of the greatest gift of all, the gift of life. MatchingDonors.com.
Audit Jagannathan is here now with Good Day DePaul Sports. Audit?
Michaela, DePaul has fired its softball coach, Tracy Addick-Zins. This following a difficult season with the Blue Demons going 9-38. In her 6 seasons at DePaul, Addick-Zins had a record of 125 and 133. The university says it started a national search for her successor. The associate head coach, Carla Ross, will serve as interim head coach. In track and field, DePaul had a great showing at the Big East Track and Field Outdoor Championship. The Blue Demons won 6 events. Darius Brown took first place in the 110-meter hurdles and 400-meter hurdles. In the women's weight events, DePaul did especially well, with Cash Allen winning the shot put, Billy Martin finishing first in the hammer throw, and Charlotte Anderson taking the javelin. Finally, the Blue Demons' Jetta Mays won the women's 200-meter dash. In men's basketball, DePaul's Churchill Abbas has transferred to Wake Forest University. Abbas, a freshman center, averaged almost 4 points a game last season. Intramural sports. They're a big activity for some DePaul students, and in some cases, you'll see friends playing on the same team. Good Day DePaul's Tori Trevino has one example.
Soccer intramurals got off to a great start last week. The fields were filled with teams practicing and playing. One team in particular, however, has been close for more than just a season.
Well, I met Andres, which is the defense guy, on a bar. And then I met all the boys. And Jake, I met him because he was my roommate.
Team captain Lothair Gilrot Malik recruited his friends to play because he missed the sport in his hometown.
I'm from France, so we do play a lot of soccer there. It's like basketball in US, I guess. Like everyone is playing soccer in the street with friends and everything.
The team's name stems from an inside joke relating to their captain's home country.
The name of the team is Carlos Tentacule. What is Carlos Tentacule? Carlos Tentacule is the name of Squidward in SpongeBob in France.
With a name like that, it's only right to assume that this team has a lot of fun. This team stemmed purely from a friend group. Getting on the field together is just one of the many things they like to do in their free time.
We hang out. I mean, we live together. We do all things all the time. Everyone, our little pregame nutritional meals at the stew.
With all the time they spend together, this group is used to joking around with one another. In fact, when asked who is the best player on the team, some of them had to say,
"Definitely me."
I think it's myself.
If Chase said himself, and I can say myself.
But freshman Chase Higgins still had great things to say about his team.
I think Andreas is a great defender. He's really aggressive, knows how to get the ball. Lothair's an excellent shooter, attacker. Same with Jake. Jake, I think, is the best shooter on the team. Lucas knows how to get into position, take good shots.
Soccer is a competitive sport, but this team knows how to enjoy themselves on the field. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Tori Trevino.
And that's sports. Back to you, Lena.
Thanks, Audit. Coming up, Vincentian Service Day at DePaul.
Stay with us.
Matchsticks, matchbox, matching tie and matching socks. You don't know why, but you're really special to match point, match game. You and I are not the same, but I can tell that you're really special to me. There's something I can give to make you laugh, to help you live. We're the perfect match, and you're really special to me. We're the perfect match and you're really special to me.
DePaul held its annual Vincentian Service Day on May 4th. More than 1,000 students, staff, faculty, and alumni fanned out over the city, volunteering with community partners. This is the 26th year that Vincentian Service Day has been held. That's all for this week's edition of Good Day DePaul. You can keep up with us by visiting our Vimeo channel at Good Day DePaul or by going to goodday.depaul.edu. And be sure to check us out on Facebook. And if you have any news tips, message us through the Good Day DePaul social media channels. Thanks for watching. I'm Michaela Wilson. And I'm Lena Gebhardt. Have a good day, DePaul.